Hey traders from around the world, welcome to your Friday real life stock review. Hope you're doing absolutely simply sensational. We got ourselves the SPY today and a little bit of a gap down, fade up higher. I do think now this is probably and most likely the low on the SPY for this potential inverted head and shoulders pattern. So we did make some nice new lows. As long as we don't close below 266.76, which I'm not saying we will or won't, but you know, this is a very ugly Morningstar pattern, but it does have the similar properties and characteristics, right? It had a black candle gapping down, white candle gapping. So Morningstar-esque pattern. The weekly is closed, nice lower shadow, and yeah, it looks pretty good. So I'm kind of thinking that this is most likely the bounce, and as long as we don't close below 266.76, I don't think there's any real reason to start talking about an absolute bear cataclysmic crash in the market. And if we do, we can have that discussion. So that's the SPY. Here's the Dow Jones ETF, the DIA, and again, you got that gap fill, which we did say, right? Pretty sure I did say that that was going to happen on both of those. That was going to fill. So the Dow's filling it. Here's the Qs. A little bit of an inside candle. Again, this pink line is what I was saying was worst case scenario from the other day. Still could happen. Definitely not saying it won't. But we did fill this gap also on the Qs. So all the gaps are filled. A little bit of a higher low on the Qs. Apple, having some traders with some put sales. A lot of real life traders going long on Apple down here. Even Mr. Warren Buffett, who's a good friend of mine. Just kidding, I wish he was. He's a great guy. Maybe be a real life trader if he ever needs it. But he's buying some more shares of Apple. That news came out the other day. Actually came out between the 14th and the 15th. Apple gapped up. Now you got this Morningstar reversal. Now granted, we've never bounced off the 50 EMA before, so I don't know why, you know, this would be the time. I mean, we've never traded down to the 50 EMA and put a lower wick and closed above it to bounce off up before. That's never happened. So we'll see if we do, but my thought process on Apple, pretty simple. You got the Morningstar. I would love to see this gap up in here fill, and once this gap fills, if you're looking at doing some protective puts, you can buy some protection up there on Apple just in case it gets a little bit more squirrely. And then of course, if we take out 186.91, you'd want to buy some protective puts up there as well. Other than that, though, yeah, a lot of traders with some put sales expiring worthless on Apple today. Mr. Charles March, who was down here in Nashville, Tennessee, he left yesterday, and he has a goal to get 10 Rs by the end of the year, between starting yesterday and ending the end of December. He's going to hit that goal. He's going to celebrate. It's going to be exciting. But anyway, Apple, that's pretty much what happened. Did have a covered call on Apple expiring today, barely, just barely expiring out of the money. 245 in November, covered call on Apple. Speaking of option selling, here's 3D printing. Had an $11 put sale expiring on 3D, so that's nice. And Nvidia today, everyone's talking about Nvidia, as they should be. I have a really good video coming out that you guys will really like a lot about blue chips and gapping and how to play blue chip gaps. Had some traders with a 165 put sale expiring today, and that one did expire in the money. So you most likely will get put some shares of Nvidia. I do think Nvidia earnings were fantastic. They raised their dividends. They're doing a $7 billion buyback. All of the good things, all the good juju on Nvidia. At least I think so. So at this particular point, I would keep an eye on Nvidia to slowly fade higher. I do think that this will continue to fade. Again, this is going to be a buy low, sell high. You don't want to take a breakout up here. You want to buy it when it's down here and sell it when it's up here. We'll see, again, specifically what Nvidia does, but keep a very close eye on Monday. Monday will be very key. I think the gap fills some, but if we gap down or we gap up and we immediately start selling, Nvidia will have some lower low continuation. So Monday will be very key. Like the first hour or so on the day on Nvidia will pretty much let us know, are we going to go higher or are we going to go lower? Do have this 170 put sale for December. It's obviously in the money, and I'm most likely, anyone who did that will probably put some shares of NVIDIA. Pretty exceptional, I feel like, since NVIDIA was at 290 a month ago. So it's down 40%, ladies and gentlemen, NVIDIA is. So NVIDIA is down a whole heap ton. But from this price, I could see a little bit of a retest, at least up to 176. I mean, I think that's entirely possible. So we'll trade up a little bit, maybe 182, maybe even as far as 190. John C. had a naked call sale on NVIDIA that expired worthless, so good job, John, on that one. My buddy George in a naked strangle, he bought back his short 280 calls and is in some 150 naked puts for December. So we'll see what happens on NVIDIA. The candle patterns, the charts, the volume, everything is bearish. Not denying that at all. Earnings were good, so we'll see. But Monday will be really key. Ladies and gentlemen, Facebook. Oh boy, this is a really interesting candle on Facebook. I did play Facebook, and I guess I played it poorly. So this is one of my small losses on the day. I had 2 of them. Kind of annoying that I moved my stop down too soon. I didn't think I did, but this market has been really whipsawy just in general. So when this, let me turn off the extended hours and turn on the 5-minute chart. You'll see why I took this trade. Very nice little rollover. So here was the 5-minute time frame, and stock traded down, traded up, evening star reversal pattern right here on the 5, breakdown, retest the 10. This was a tweezer top pattern, and just kind of continue to roll over. Here's the extended hours turned on, so you can see it was interacting with the 10 very nicely. Here was the 3-minute chart. 3-minute chart looked so pretty. Again, this was a bearish gap and go on Facebook, really bearish news. My original stop was 141.13. Had I set this trade up, walked away for 2 hours and came back, I actually could have gotten out for a little bit over an R. Didn't, lowered my stop to 140.51 and got stopped out of Facebook. That was kind of lame. I did do a bullish trade on NVIDIA. I guess we can go look at that one. So NVIDIA, NVDA, posted this one in Slack, but this was obviously, in my opinion, a fade early this morning. And really nice little pop down here. Just a good little move, nice little double bottom. Very pretty. So NVIDIA, nice little move up, trade higher, retested, nice little bounce. Was able to get a gain on NVDA. And then I took a trade on DGAZ. Lost on this one. So this one was one that we actually played exceptionally well yesterday with a beautiful bullish gap, and I was trying to see if a continuation would take place today. So here was the 5-minute chart, and I feel pretty good about this trade overall. Here was the resistance. Once it broke out of the resistance, I did a limit buy, and it just double topped, came down, traded sideways, and once that broke down, that was all she wrote. So we got stopped out on DGAZ for a loss, but that is, livable. And then Boeing, I took Boeing on a 5-minute play and got out of this one for break even. Boeing just didn't do anything. Here was the setup right here. Bullish inside candle. Entry was here. Stop was there. And ended up exiting Boeing right there for break even. Just never did anything. Didn't continue lower. A little bit of a small gap down on the daily chart. Looks like Boeing probably is just going to continue to bounce off this 50 EMA on a weekly chart. But I am watching for it just in case it decides not to. The only 3 swing trades the real life traders are in right now: Fitbit, ticker symbol FIT, which we're probably going to lose on. I did increase the stop from from where it was, which was 532 to 539. So hopefully we can lose a little bit less than an R. This one's going to take one that just the forces of Harry Potter to bounce a little bit on Fitbit. Maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't, probably not. We'll see. Blue Apron, ticker symbol APRN. Old stop was 45 cents. Moved it up to 99 cents. So worst case scenario, I'm going to lose half an R on Blue Apron. It's just at a low level, and yeah, I'm trying to pick the bottom on it, but at some point it should be bouncing, you would think. And the other trade is AAXN. Got an inside day candle. Stop is above the 10 EMA on the daily. Target's about 45 and some change. I guess I'll just see if it retraces and retests into the 10 to hopefully roll over. Post-market is down a little bit, but it's done that before, so I don't really trust that we're down, actually down, between now and tomorrow. tomorrow, of course, being Monday. By the way, real life trading is closed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. The U.S. markets are closed on Thursday for Thanksgiving, and we also, the stock market closes early 1 p.m. Eastern on Friday. So I'll be in the day trading room all day Monday, afternoon room at Monday. So I'll be trading all day Monday and Tuesday for all the traders at Real Life Trading. So, yeah, everyone have a great weekend. I'll be flying up to Philadelphia, born and raised, hanging out with a good buddy of mine from that area. His name is Jesse the Man Levan, and that'll be this weekend. Just a quick little birthday party for him. Flying up there, flying back Sunday night. Next week will be great. Short week, and yeah, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a good weekend. I'll be back Monday for your next stock review. And until then, remember, love life, live life, trade. Bye.